know y'all like, man, I already know about all of them. Y'all know you ain't telling me nobody new. Like, those guys are kind of not familiar with. I done heard about, uh, with the Burden. I done heard of Matthew Golden. Some of the guys under the radar, I got you. So, not to get in their specifics, I will play a few of they, highlights, a little bit of their tape of they film that I done checked out. But some of my guys here, first guy, I'm going to do Tez Johnson out of Oregon. As you know, he productive. He's been on a productive team, his whole college career. But he's a burner. I mean, dude is electric. He's super fast. They couldn't guard him as well at the Senior Bowl. Some people kind of comparing him to Tank Dell. Very explosive after the catch. Don't let him catch it. He could beat you deep. Very explosive. Super fast. That's all I got to say about him. Like, super fast, lightning quick. You better put your fastest DB on him, or it's lights out. Next guy, well, actually, they both played at the same school. So two guys out of Iowa State, both going under the radar. Maybe at second tier, or third tier, mid second tier, depending on how this combine goes. They may jump some of these guys. That's why I didn't want to overload y'all, because some of these guys may skip, and jump after the combine or after they pro day. But we got Jalen Noel out of Iowa State, and we got Jaden Higgins. Both killed it at the Senior Bowl. Couldn't cover them, couldn't guard them. Both productive in a pass heavy offense. They didn't have a Caleb Williams or CJ Stroud or somebody like that throwing them the ball through their whole career. But both very explosive, both very productive. Two different body styles, two different body types, two different archetypes. Jaden Higgins, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, 200 plus pounds. A little bit more of a go up and go get it type of guy. But he has a little bit of polish to his route tree. Could be a sneaky weapon pickup in the third, fourth round for somebody. Same as Jalen Noel. I think that he's going to be a slot guy. But he has some very explosive plays over the middle. He's not afraid to catch over the middle. Kind of reminds me of a little mini version of like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Please, don't bash me in the comments when y'all get that, when y'all hear it. Like, what? He said Amon-Ra St. Brown? Pro Bowler? No, I'm not saying that. Just saying his style. He's a littler guy, more compact, but he does a lot of his damage in the slot and can be explosive. So that's the kind of mold of him, to kind of see what he looks like. And then to round it out, I got Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. Another big body receiver, 6'1", 6'2". Very versatile. You could put him outside as your X. You can play a little bit of inside depending on what type of plays your offensive coordinator likes to run. You can also do a lot of things in the screen game with him because he's such a physical guy. But he's explosive once he catches the ball. He may not be one of those guys that beat you down the field all the time, but he's gonna be one of them guys that moves the chains. He's the chain mover for sure. I love watching his film. He a guy that you kind of got like you don't know what to expect. He can make contested catches, and he's kind of like a guy where you can't let him get the ball in his hand because he's real physical. And so, DBs don't like to play against that all game long. So, Trey Harris is an underrated receiver in this class too that could be, in the right system. I could see him going to somewhere like the Texans and, exploding, being a nice backup to Nico Collins, or a nice 1-2 punch with him and Collins, or like, Tank Dell in the slot. Like, I could see him being a nice little second receiver. Not little to diminish or minimize it, but not saying he's going to be your main guy right off the bat. But he could he could do some damage in the right offense. Someone like New Orleans may be able to look and catch him in the lower rounds or something like that. But we'll get into mocks later. Those are just my guys right there, man. So we got the part one where we got the guys that are already ahead of the rest. They already know their name is going to be called in the first round. Then we got guys that are on that mid tier. And then we got the third round, in the second, third round, fourth round guys. Like I said, like Tez Johnson, Jaden Higgins. I'm sorry, forgive me. Or Jalen Noel. And then Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. So those are my guys. One of the ones, I think y'all need to check them out. Those may be some guys' names you need to check out on your lower half of your fantasy board, your mock drafts, whatever you do with your friends, out there in the community. But those are some guys that have been picking up traction. Those are one of them ones. Some of them guys that your boy Yano from Chicago has scouted, and check them out. They're gonna win you a couple games on that fantasy board, but until then, hey, I haven't said it already, but go down below. You want to go ahead and hit that subscribe. You want to hit that like, hit that notification button. And we'll see you when you see me. See you when you see me. 2 fingers. Shit.